Hi, Victor Chang here, author of the book Case Interview Secrets. And today I want to talk about who should not work in consulting. Yes, who should not read the book I've written, who should not even bother working in consulting. Let's talk about that because it's an important topic that's not talked about nearly enough. So, from my view, there are 5 situations and 5 types of people that should not be working in consulting, or at least not for very long. So, number one, if you start doing case interviews and you find you are miserable, you just hate case interviews, stop right there. Like, do not go work in consulting. Consulting really is doing some version of a case interview pretty much 8, 10, 12 hours a day, 5, 6, 7 days a week for months and potentially years. So if you do not like case interviews, don't go into consulting. Number two, if you do not like math and data and logic, you're going to be miserable in consulting because that's all that we do all day long is those variations of things. Getting data, analyzing them, looking at them very, very logically. So if that's not your jam, totally okay, but consulting is probably not a good fit for you. Third would be the kind of decision maker you are. If you are a really good intuitive decision maker, lateral thinker, you see things that others do not, that's great, but that's not really what consulting is about. Consulting matches much better for those people that are able to be linear and very logical in their thinking. So I'll give you an example. Steve Jobs, right? Co-founder of Apple, brilliant, brilliant man, ultimately a founder, entrepreneur, and billionaire, but he was not a very linear thinker, right? His greatest strength was his intuition in being able to see things that others could not see. He saw the opportunity for digital music, which has now become streaming. He saw the opportunity for an iPhone, the smartphone, invented the category basically. And those were not things that was really evident in the quantitative data available at that time. So brilliant person, really has added a lot of value to planet Earth, but would have been a terrible consultant, right? Because he couldn't prove that the ideas that he had. And in consulting, you have to be able to prove everything you suggest or that you recommend. So something to keep in mind based on how you think and how you make decisions. The fourth person or type of person that shouldn't work in consulting is someone that really wants to have a good lifestyle. I mean, it's tough. The lifestyle for consulting, no matter what they say, tends to be much more demanding than other opportunities. And so for me, that was fine in my early 20s when I didn't really have, I didn't have kids, I wasn't married, and it made a lot of sense. I could work 60, 70, 80, in some cases over 100 hours in a week. And like it was okay, right, for some period of time. But I looked ahead at the people that were 5, 10, 15 years ahead of me at McKinsey. And I'm like, wow, you're a managing director and you're still working here at midnight. I'm like, wow, like when do you stop working until midnight? And in the New York office, like, possibly never in some cases, right? So that wasn't super attractive and appealing to me. And so that's one reason why I departed the firm after a couple of years. The fifth kind of person that should not work in consulting, or really should not work in consulting beyond maybe a couple of years, like 2 years, are those where consulting is just not a good long-term fit for them, but it's a pretty good stepping stone or intermediary step to what they want to accomplish. And so for a lot of folks, they go to consulting for 2 years, maybe 4 years, and then they go do something else. They go back to grad school, either business school or law school. They go work in industry. A few of my colleagues went to go work in Hollywood and were quite successful. And so it was just a way to learn a skill set and to then go or open a door to a different career path. So that can make a lot of sense where maybe it's not a great fit for you for the long haul, but for 2 years, actually it works. And it opens up certain doors to certain fields that you like. And that can make sense to sort of work in consulting temporarily as a short-term step in your career. So those are my 5 ideas. If consulting is not for you, don't do it. It's not worth it. There are many, many other jobs and career paths out there that you can be equally successful that might be better suited for you. So on that note, thanks, and everyone have a great day.